Hi guys, TJ Houston here from the Pixel Connection with an exclusive first look at the all-new Fuji 50mm 1.0. Yes, I said that right. Not a 1.4, not a 1.2. This is an f1 lens with autofocus. We've had the opportunity, and thank you so much Fuji for sending us this pre-production unit. We've been able to shoot with it over the last week to really put it through its paces in order to give you a fair and unbiased review of this lens. This is a lens that they're claiming it as the world's fastest autofocus lens. Now, the only time I think back in the 90s, there was an f1 autofocus lens for Canon like SLR film cameras. So we haven't seen anything like this really since then. So it's awesome to see Fuji really pushing forward what they can do with this glass. Now, you'll notice that this is not a very small lens. This is, in comparison to a full frame lens, it's about the same size. And if you compare it to the 50 that's already on the market, you can see that it's much, much larger. This lens is coming in at around $1,500, so I think the value is there for such a unique lens. So who would this be for? So myself as a portrait and wedding photographer, I'm super excited about this lens. Now, it's not gonna be a lens that's gonna be on my camera all day long, but it's gonna make for some really cool portraits. So we went through and we tested things like the sharpness, and we can tell you that compared to the 56mm, it's actually a lot sharper. So you're gonna see a difference between the 56 and the 50. Same thing with the regular 50mm. A lot of people love that 56mm lens, and now that we're getting the 50, it'll be interesting to see which way Fujifilm users go, because if you like the small compactness of the system, the 56 is still a magical lens. It's still gonna deliver that filmic look that we've known and we come to love. Whereas the 50 is gonna be something that is, a very portrait. It's going to give you a very different look than the 56. And I can tell you from my personal, using this lens, for example, this picture I took of my dog, you can see where the focus point is on the nose and it's already falling off once it hits the eyes. So, you're able to bring your viewers into exactly what it is that you want them to see. That's what that f1.0 is going to allow you to do. It's also going to allow you a lot more low light shooting opportunities because you're just allowing more light to come in and hit that sensor. So this lens paired up with something like the X-T4 that has great image stabilization, you're going to be able to shoot things that you haven't been able to shoot with on the system previously. So how does the lens perform? So in our testing, the chromatic aberration, we barely saw any. Distortion, again, it's sharpness corner to corner. It is a premium lens. This is a premium lens in the Fuji lineup. It is in the WR line, so you are going to get that high end and weather resistance. You don't have to worry about taking this lens out. This is going to be a workhorse lens. So another thing that we notice differences between the lenses is the close focus distance. You're not going to be able to get as close to your subjects with this lens as the 56 and the 50mm. So that is one that's kind of in the negative realm in comparison. But at the same time, you're getting f1. So you have to determine, what's most important for you as a photographer. Another thing is obviously the size. This is coming in at a 77mm filter, whereas your 56 was much smaller, and this one is the 56mm, so obviously much smaller. So if you already have filters and things like that for the smaller lenses, you're gonna have to upgrade to this lens. So now, as far as video is concerned, I know a lot of people are looking at this lens as a possible use in video. So there's a couple things to consider with this lens. Number one, it is f1, so you're gonna get a lot of depth of field, which is great. But the problem is, this is not a declicked aperture ring. So if you are planning to step up through your aperture, this is a clicked aperture. You do have the stops, which is more like for photographers. And also when we were shooting, we did hear that focus motor. There's a lot of elements to move here. So you're gonna hear some of that focus noise when you're using an onboard microphone. Now, if you're using a setup like we are here, where I have the lavalier, you're less likely to actually hear that motor noise. So finally, the last thing that we wanted to talk about, just checking my notes really quick, The weight, that's the last thing I want to talk about. We've talked about how much larger of a lens this is. You are coming in at around 2 pounds, and it bounces between like 1 pound 15 ounces and 2 pounds. So we're going to say, for the sake of argument, 2 pounds. But we'll have some more side-by-side comparisons of the actual size and weight between all the other lenses that are available in the system over on our website, thepixelconnection.com. Just check on that, click on that blog, and you'll see a whole write-up with a little bit more information, and Eeyore does a great job writing up these blog posts about, you know, lenses, so definitely look to that as well. So my question for you, is this a lens that you are going to pick up? Is this something that you are excited for, that you've been excited for, you know, ever since they announced, I think it was like the 33 F1.0 when they first started talking about, you know, this level of apertures, or are you going to stick with your 56? Do me a favor and let me know in the comments below if you're going to go to this one or you're going to stick with the lenses that you already have. If you have absolutely any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us at social@thepixelconnection.com. Thank you guys so much for watching.